Hi, good morning, good afternoon. Hi, my name is Theo Chino. I'm a candidate for public advocate. I have the gravitas of Quasimodo, so please don't hold it against me. I am a digital plumber, so that means I do networking. I'm a computer engineer. I am a database engineer, and I used to work for the worst company in New York City, a cable company. And I was behind running everything. You never saw me, you never heard of me, but I heard your complaints, and I took it to the boss. One thing that the public advocate is the chair of a very small committee that nobody have ever heard of. It's called the Communication on Public Information, the Commission on Public Information and Communication. Copy, correct. And that is so important that some people forget that a census happened in Netherlands in 1890 using IBM machine. That led to 6 million people dying because of the data used, and the government wanted to be so efficient that there were no one checking on the data usage. That's the job of COPIC, is to look at the data and how the city is doing with their data. When they implemented the New York ID for undocumented people, that was the greatest idea to give them a way to access the government. Another German guy came along and said, give me that data. And that one, we're fighting in court. That story goes on for years and years, and we say what happened in the past never happened in the future. Well, that's the public advocate job to make sure it doesn't. That commission met in 2007, 2012, and 2016. I think that commission should run every month. The people and the stakeholders should be part of it, and that's why I'm running for public advocate. I am not a one single issue person. I live in northern Manhattan, where we got rezoned because of Columbia University. I was part of Community Board 9. I remember that, and I see the displacement of all those people. I pay $160 rent. My neighbor paid $3,000 rent. So that is the displacement we're talking about. I've been taking it to HPD. They don't want to hear it. There is more to come. So I only have 30 seconds, so my name is Theo Chino. I will be running for public advocate as a write-in, because it's easier to write my last name Chino on the ballot than to add all the public information on the petition. So there it is. My name is Theo Chino. Thank you.
Any questions for Theo?
Can I take a question?
Do you have any questions for Theo? Yes. Cam?
So why run for public advocate rather than try and join COPIC?
Why run for public advocate
Instead of joining COPIC?
instead of joining COPIC?
Okay, the public advocate is the chair of COPIC. He decides when the meeting takes place, and he runs everything. I've been going after data issue. I run an organization, I co-founded an organization called Privacy Board in New York City to create COPIC without realizing it existed since 1989. I also run another organization called Restore the Fourth Amendment issue. And the first time I came in front of this club and all those clubs was 2 years ago, when the DA of Manhattan was running for re-election unopposed. And I asked a question, what about the cell phone and encryption? And if you remember 2 years ago, he took his cell phone and said, this is why. And he didn't tell me, Theo, I would like to sit down with you. For 2 years I've been going to community board asking, can we sit down? I'm right, you're wrong, his answer. He asked me, oh, what about the little girl that is being raped somewhere? We need to do something for them. What about the 2 billion people's privacy? Well, he doesn't want to have the discussion in the open, and I've been trying. So now I'm running for public advocate, thanks to him actually. For his wanting not to talk, I became an outraged Democrat, trying to find 7,500 women and 7,500 men to run for county committee all over New York City. So if you want to check it, the website is outragedem.nyc or grabyourblog.nyc.
Hi, yes.
So as a society, we are utterly oblivious to the dangers of what data and the collection will pass on us and for our future. how do you propose, or how do you use the public advocate's office to change that, to educate people? Because we're walking around giving away all of our information free for nothing and it's free.
Well, Copic is the right place, and one thing we need to do, for example, is figure out how to tax Facebook. So when you see those little ads that say sponsored by, there is nothing preventing us that if the person lives in New York, we collect a little tax on that. And if the person's finder ad is in New York, we'll collect a little tax on that. And we'll fund the NYPD cyber unit to figure out where the fake news, where everything is going around. And maybe other community around the world will start copying the same thing and go after Facebook. So this is how we can do to figure out how to go after big companies. And if all the previous public advocates had done their job with Copic, we wouldn't have people dying because the Uber came into the neighborhood without nobody saying anything. DLC driver jumping out because we completely created havoc on their industry. Airbnb and the hotel. Copic could have regulated all those industries before even they came in and wreaked havoc. That's what the job of the public advocate is. Am I? Oh, okay.
We have time for one more question. Over here.
I lost my voice. You got arrested. Did you get arrested yesterday? You got arrested yesterday at an event with Mayor de Blas about the you wanted to about the fair fares. You wanted to. But really, my question is that what the members of the public and candidates have to do to get the elected officials' attention? Do we have to go so out there that we try to hear?
He's got the end.
Okay, thank you very much. You got two questions. I have 30 seconds. There's two questions into that one. Yes, I got detained because I took the opportunity. I'm an opportunistic. The mayor was just there by the garage where I picked up my cab, so I stopped by and I got everything in one shot. Police brutality, heckling, and an issue I wanted to bring for so many years, free transportation. Now, another issue I wanted to talk about, and that's why also I'm running, is equal time for all candidates to have access to the media. Because if you don't hear your voice, people will not want to go to vote. And I will stop. Check my website, teachino.com, and thank you very much.